aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show. Let's get on with this Star Wars news. This week, we will have a review of The Mandalorian Episode 1 for Season 2 called The Marshal later on in the show. Stick around for that. Will be later on in the show. It's back with a mighty first episode, but let's just get on with that later on. Let's get on with the Star Wars news. So this week we had The Mandalorian Season 2 come back to Disney Plus with an episode in. Check that out, only on Disney Plus. Right now it's streaming. It's called The Marshal. To more news, some of the actors have been doing rounds on TV interviews. Good Morning America is one, and I keep forgetting his actual actor's name, but Grand Moff, I think the evil guy, let's call him the evil guy with the black saber at the end of season 1. He appeared on Good Morning America, and also I think it's Pedro, who plays the Mandalorian, appeared as well with some great insightful interviews. They seem to be quite relaxed, seem to be quite into it. And personally, I can't remember his name, my goodness, the evil guy. He actually played in one of my favorite movies of all time. And he was sort of a very disturbed individual in it. Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. He was one of the very intense people in that particular movie. Check that one out. It's a great movie if you can ever get that one. It's a very old movie now. Can't believe it's old, but I'm old, and that's how it goes. Anyway, so to more news. Mando Mondays has started off, and I tell you what, you want to check out a couple of the figures, the classic 3-inch, I think 3.75 inch or whatever it is, figure. It great. The Mandalorians, so much detail. Not just that, the extras you get with it, and the Black Series version of the Mandalorian. It's great. MandoMondays.com. Check that one out. It's a bit of a sort of cash cow for the Star Wars corporates, but it's great detail figures. Why not? And there's many more other products you can check out on that as well. And pretty much that's the news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Views is my story ideas within Star Wars. Any area of Star Wars, of the storytelling, but my version of things. I think as we're into this Mandalorian Season 2 now, I think a connection to the actual Emperor would be actually great. The Emperor Palpatine. He technically is still alive, according to, The Rise of Skywalker. That was way after the Mandalorian time period. The time period of the Mandalorian, again, just in case you don't know, is just after Episode 6, which is Return of the Jedi, and before, way before The Force Awakens, Episode 7. And we know from Episode 9, my God, all these episodes and all these numbers, that the Emperor is still alive in a clone form. But it'd be great that the evil guy's name that I keep forgetting, my goodness, the acting name and the actual character, it would be great that he's working for the Emperor, somehow connected. I think the Emperor needs to be included in this, as sure he's got an eye and ear out on everything at the moment. As powerful as he is as a Sith Lord, or whatever you want to call him, a Force wielder, whatever it is, I would love to see. I personally love the Emperor. I think he's a great villain. He's the actor himself, Ian McDermott. That's one name I can remember. I got to meet and have a photograph with him at Star Wars Celebration. He's a very kind man. Not just that, but he's very. I just like his acting abilities, and he's just got a great look to his face. Whether it's good or bad, but it's but I would like to see the Emperor be involved and being the top villain, even within the Mandalorian, connecting the universe once again, but also just sort of having, at this point in time, no real idea that the Emperor is going to appear in the Mandalorian, as it can only be speculation on a few of us. But I think having him the pinnacle again, as we know he's still alive in the canon storyline, it would be great. That's what I would do anyway. That's my story idea for this time around. Let's get now into the reviews. The reviews this week is of the Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 9, Episode 1. God, all these numbers. It's intense. You got to really keep up when you're a Star Wars fan. But it's called the Marshal. We finally see the armor, I'm assuming, in a great way, that this is Boba Fett's armor, but being held by another guy. And I thought the actual, look, straight off the bat, the actual episode was very entertaining. It kept me captivated. The only part that I did not get into was the language and the interaction between humans and the Tusken Raiders. The language of the Tusken Raiders, even when said by the Mandalorian himself, was real cringeworthy. I thought, God, this is just not... I mean, I love the certain takes on languages within Star Wars, but the Tusken Raider one just comes off real caveman-like. And it just is just cringeworthy. I understand that you had to sort of have some sort of conversation there, but ooh, man, it was a bit of a tough one, that one. But I think straight off the bat, I'm going to give this episode a 7.9 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. Kept me captivated. The story idea was good. I thought there was a bit too many sweeping shots, maybe within the Tatooine desert, but they still look fantastic, amazing. Really great looking shots, just the idea. It was directed by Jon Favreau, this particular episode. I thought it was well done. A 7.9 out of 10 I'm going to give this one. It really did get me excited, especially the fighting of the guards at the start. You really got a sense of the Jabba the Hutt sort of feel, even with some of the characters, if you saw that in this particular episode. I really did enjoy. I love Return of the Jedi period of Star Wars, so I did enjoy it immensely. I just thought the Tusken Raider language and interaction with humans was a little bit unbelievable, and it just takes away from the mystery and evil, animals, if you were to say they are. I'm not one to sort of always hold back on mystery. I like the reveal of how Darth Vader, being a kid to Darth Vader, from even Palpatine to the Emperor. A lot of people don't get into that type of sort of mystery being revealed. Even Boba Fett, keep him a mystery. For me, there's things to dissect. But yeah. Anyway, so let's just get on with it. 7.9 out of 10, Season 2, Opener, Chapter 9, Episode 1, The Marshal. Anyway, that's my review for this time around. Let's get into interviews. 2 questions were asked myself for you guys out there. It's sort of an interesting sort of question this week. It's sort of almost a check it out rather than a question, but I have been checking out. I'm a sneaker fan. I love sneakers. I have discovered a particular site. I heard about this a while ago, but I just never got right into it. Check it out. It's goat.com. Look, look up Star Wars sneakers when you're there. There's quite a good availability compared to other sites that are from America. And I tell you what, the range of Star Wars sneakers surprised me how well they looked generally. Like, they weren't too gimmicky and they weren't too plain. I thought some of them are, most of them are not. My first question, which were my 2 favorite sneakers that I saw on this site? Well, this one here, The black one is, I think, a saber, a lightsaber sneaker. The second one is actually a Boba Fett sneaker. Now, my second question is, which were the ones were unusual, not bad, unusual. Now, the first one is this red one. It's actually, if you look at it closely, it's so well designed, you sort of see it and sort of don't. It's actually an Imperial Royal Guard from Return of the Jedi, the ones who protected the Emperor way back then and probably later and before and whatever it is. But yeah, I just thought there's something interesting. It's actually also a Sam Smith version of the Imperial Royal Guard, and it's in a gym boot sort of style basketball sneaker. I actually think it's unusual, but interestingly good. The other one is this a more chunkified sort of sneaker, hence that it's the Jabba the Hutt sneaker. And this one was the most expensive. Now, I don't know if this is in American dollars or in Australian dollars, but no matter either, this is a $400 sneaker. I don't know if I paid $400 for that one, but all these sneakers that I'm just showing you, this is just four, are actually quite good. If you check out the site goat.com and check out Star Wars or just Star Wars sneakers, look that up, and you get some great sneakers you can actually buy right now. I didn't get a pair, but there's thoughts of it in the future. I did get another pair of sneakers. That was for work, a bit cheaper than $400, but just a pair of 89 flights. I'm into 1989 flights, that's what it is. But don't worry about that. Let's get into the Star Wars. So these are just some of the things I just would like to show you. Two questions in an unusual sort of way this week. Some more advertising Star Wars sneakers, really. But check those out. Anyway, that is the show for this time around. I'm here on a weekly basis. Star Wars news, views, reviews, and interviews. Subscribe to The Force Ways only on YouTube. And you can contact me via YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. There's my details down there. And until next week, keep rockin'.